Today on the channel, we got a double dose from WWE Mattel with two Hall of Famers with Bret Hitman Hart and Hulk Hogan.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got two main event style figures with Bret Hitman Hart and Hulk Hogan. But for all your WWE Mattel needs and a whole lot more, make sure you hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start with the new championship series here. A very interesting one. This is the main event style with the new articulation, but it is the champion series, and it's a little bit harder to find. I'm not seeing these at Walmart. We're not seeing these at Target. I believe Ringside just starting to get these in, but Kohl's department store has been the place to find these so far. We'll see what happens, but it is heavy hitters, of course, a Hall of Famer like Hulk Hogan, but with a title belt as well. We've seen Stone Cold and John Cena in the rest of this series. We've seen The Rock. We've seen, I believe, Brock Lesnar was in one of these. So a little interesting sub-line, a little bit off the beaten path compared to your regular line main event style figures. So an interesting dynamic, and I do like the packaging on these. It looks very fresh, but looks very regal, looks very classy. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for here. But beautiful packaging design. You got the Hulkster there, champions, main event style articulation, WWE, you got his name. And it is a bit of a re-release with a twist, and that's the theme of this review here with Bret Hart as well. We'll compare him to other versions later on in this video. On the back, we got the Hulkster, got the cross-sell, UPC, jibber jabber. Let's see what it says about Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Immortal Hulk Hogan, whatever you want to call him. He does come with the Winged Eagle WWE Championship. Just says signature move, that dreaded leg drop. Watch out for it, and he is a powerhouse. So there you go. That's all the details you're going to get, really. All the details you're going to need. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Prison. Hulkamania running wild, brother. Right here in the package. We're seeing it. We're seeing it right now. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to it. See what's going on here. We do get the Winged Eagle, but we get the basic version of the Winged Eagle. Not as many bells and whistles as we get with the Elite style, but you know what? I really do like this. I think some of these duller belts do look really, really nice, and this one included. As I always say, this is my heavyweight title. When I think of a title for the WWE, WWF, this is where my mind goes first. Maybe that's just where you grew up and stuff, but this was the title of my childhood, so definitely very nostalgic here. Love to get this with a basic style, of course, main event style figure here. But now we get old Hulkamania running wild here, and an interesting one is they basically taken two different Hulk Hogan figures, put them into one, and gave it that sweet, beautiful hot dog tan. You know it, we've been talking about that hot dog tan for like 5 years on the channel, and we got it here on this Hulkster. Looking really, really good, all things considered. Got the good head sculpt on it. We know it is Hulk Hogan. Got that bandana. The bandana is removable on this one, so that's a nice little extra caveat to the figure. It does say Hulkamania on it. Got that big old push broom, and then you got the long blonde hair, very blonde hair for the Hulkster, especially against that tan skin. You get the Hulkamania shirt. You got the slits in the back of the shirt like we're used to with the Hulkster. Looking good. You got the yellow trunks. You got the yellow boots. You got the red knee pads. White wrist tape going on, and then you do get two gripping hands on here. Would have loved to seen a fist. Always love those big Hulk Hogan fists. We do not get them, but I am assuming hands are removable, and I am assuming right there. So we know with these main event style figures, hands are removable. So you could mix and match with other Hogan fans, Hogan hands or fans, if you want to do some trading, I guess. But Hogan hands from his Ultimate Edition, some of his Elites, you could mix and match those if you want to. Articulation, of course, arms go around for us. You get a bicep cut. Single jointed pinned elbow, hands removable back and forth, head back and forth, side to side, head removable, head is removable. So once again, you can mix and match some of your other Hogan heads if you needed to. Waist articulation, those big old Hulkamania splits, watch out for him. He's got him here. Leg does go up, very smooth articulation. Little tighter in the knee department, but we do get the single jointed knees, boots side to side, and then with these Hogans, you do get the ankle up and down, the old school basic articulation right there. A good-looking Hulkster figure, though, all things considered, for $11, $12, something like that at Kohl's. Use your Kohl's cash. Use your Kohl's cash. We do got that going on. But a good, respectable, main event style Hulk Hogan figure here, and I will imagine he will fit on this ringside stand. What do you know? Fits on that stand perfectly there. It is the year of Hulkamania, 40th anniversary of Hulk Hogan this year. We've got a lot of figures from him. Absolutely shocked we're not getting a Hulk Hogan figure for San Diego Comic-Con 2024. To me, that is a little bit of a misstep. I know we're Hogan burnt out, but man, it is the year. You might as well. We're in this deep. Might as well close it home. Give us Pirate Hulk Hogan. Give us Suburban Commando. Give us Mr. Nanny. Give us Thunder in Paradise. We'll take anything at this point. But this is an interesting one. Making the most out of some molds. Getting this back out there. And another one to add to the list for Hulk Hogan's in 2024. It'll be interesting. We'll have a top 10, possibly a top 20 list at the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But we do got the prior edition here. Man, oh man, going way back to the basics, way back when. Same figure, but definitely a better skin tone on this one. Almost looks like a zombie over here on this one. Now, you do got different heads here, and it's a mix and match. This is, I believe, the Defining Moments head on this one here. This is the Ultimate head. We've seen this numerous times. So you can mix and match, do some things here. Obviously, not between these two, but you can see where this was based from, where this kind of came from with the shirt going on, the knee pads, the boots, everything else. So very cool to see this all these years later. Definitely an improvement on this one. As we say, constant learning, constant improvement. So there you go. But now we're going to turn our attention to old Bret Hart. In the main event series, Series 146 is this Bret Hart, and Bret is also the Chase in this series, and I have not been able to track down the Chase. It is still on my to-do list, but very similar to this Hulk Hogan, this Bret Hart is a re-release. We get a little bit different in the face head scan, but then the body is the exact same outside of the new articulation for this one. So it is cool with the new articulation with these main event style figures. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending who you ask, it seems like we're getting a lot of re-releases here where I have to track in my brain, is there enough meat on the bone here to buy this basically the same figure, and you're going to see it in the comparisons. To get it twice, I don't know, but we're seeing a lot of that stuff. Lita just recently announced for one of the main event series, basically a re-release of a 2-pack with added articulation in a different hand. Is that enough meat on the bone? I don't know. It's a weird dynamic, and we've never been in this with our wrestling figures in the history of wrestling figure lines. We've never had a line go on so long that we have to start re-releasing things because different generations of kids and collectors have moved on since, and it's a little changing of the guard, and you got to give them some of the heavy hitter attires, heavy hitter look. So it's a weird strategy, and like I said, we've never been in this before in wrestling figure fandom, whatever you want to call it. But there's old Bret Hitman Hart looking only like a Bret Hart could look if he was all in pink, of course. Bret Hitman Hart, Series 146, new articulation, we know all that. On the bottom, we got the cross cell down below. We got Bret Hart. We got the little tail of the tape. Let's see what it says about the old Hitman here. Signature move, sharpshooter. And he is a technician, as we do know. An amazing technician as well. Bret, one of the greats of all time. See you later. Goodbye. A fan favorite and a favorite of mine as well along the way. Bret Hart looking good. Gonna pop him out. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. We got Bret Hitman Hart out of the package here. And definitely looks like Bret Hart to me. It's kind of the older style face. It's not the true effects, and we know Bret Hart, there's been a lot of struggles with Bret Hart. People are very, very vocal about Bret Hart head scans, and a lot of it does feel like, to me, a lot of people just piling on. Choose your own adventure there, but definitely Bret Hart, I know who this is all day long. If somebody hands me this head, I know who it is, even with the hair down in front of the face. Pink singlet across the board, a little black racing stripe, black elbow pads, pink wrist tape going on, black knee pads. Then you got the boots here in white and pink, and you got the little pink stars over there looking very, very nice. All day long, looks like a classic early edition of Bret Hart, no doubt about it. And articulation can be the same as the Hulkster, I believe. Arms all the way around. Single jointed elbow, of course, side to side at the elbow as well. Hands back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Head back and forth. Little bit up and down, not too much there. You do get those big old Bret Hart splits if he's ready to go. Legs do go up. Oh my gosh, the tightest legs you can ever imagine. Very tight knees on this one. Boot cut, of course, but nothing on the ankles. That is the difference between the Hogan. We use that old school basic articulation on Hogan for his ankles there. We don't got that with Bret Hart. And of course, Bret's going to fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand. There it is. Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%. But I got the original version right here. Kind of compare these guys a little bit. There's some changes here. Same knee pads kind of going on there. Same boots going on. Different elbow pads on this one. Different hands? Nope, same hands on it. We do get different wrist tape on this one as well. Very similar in the head sculpt department, though, I will say. Very similar in the head sculpt department. Huh. Interesting. But it's, once again, is there enough meat on the bone between these two? You guys got to answer it in the question in your own collecting. Is there enough meat on the bone here? Are you here for these retreads? It's a fine line, fine line. I'm here for it for Elite. I'm keeping complete on my Elite collection, but man, I'm going to have to be a little choosy in some of these main events going forward. Your dollar only goes so far, and do you really need an extra one of these? I don't know, but that being said, bring on the Chase Edition. I still got to find that one, so we'll see what ends up happening there. But 2 heavy hitters, 2 Hall of Famers, 2 re-releases with a twist in Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. What are your guys' thoughts? Picking this set up, passing, long gaming? Hey, you could use this with the Bret if you wanted to. Let me know your thoughts on these two in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this very YouTube channel. All kinds of content over there every single day as well. You can also support the channel at PresidentTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Hulk Hogan, Bret Hitman Hart, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.